Have you ever wondered what it is that keeps us going in the face of adversity? This isn't just an idle question. It's a query that cuts to the very core of our humanity. A riddle that has puzzled philosophers, psychologists, and everyday people alike for centuries. What makes us tick? What makes us fight, strive, and persist even when the odds are stacked against us? Imagine this, a single question that holds the key to understanding our grit, our resilience, our strength. A question that's not about where we come from, what we do, or who we know. It's about something more profound, more universal. It's about hope. Hope is not just a concept, it's a force. An invisible, intangible, but immensely powerful force that propels us forward. It's what keeps us going when everything else tells us to stop. Today, we dive into the remarkable power of hope, the invisible force that propels us forward. Throughout history, hope has played a crucial role in some of the most inspiring stories. Let's take a journey through time, visiting some of humanity's greatest stories of hope. These tales are not only about famous figures, but also about everyday heroes, reminding us that hope is a universal language, a power accessible to one and all. Our first stop takes us back to the late 19th century. We meet Thomas Edison, a man synonymous with invention and innovation. After countless attempts to invent the electric light bulb, he faced criticism and mockery. But Edison was armed with an unyielding spirit and an unwavering belief in his vision. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." With hope as his beacon, he continued his quest, eventually illuminating the world with his invention. From the realm of scientific discovery, we now journey to the world of sports, where we find the miracle on ice, an event that shook the 1980 Winter Olympics. The United States ice hockey team, composed primarily of amateur players, found themselves up against the mighty Soviet Union team, the reigning four-time gold medalists. The odds were heavily stacked against them, yet they clung on to hope, played with heart, and achieved the unthinkable, a victory that echoed the power of hope around the world. Now let's travel to the heart of Africa, to the small nation of Malawi. Here we encounter William Kamkwamba, a young boy whose village was devastated by famine. With limited resources and no formal education, he held on to hope. He taught himself engineering from library books and built a windmill from scrap materials. His windmill brought electricity and water to his village, transforming the lives of his community. His story, a testament to the extraordinary power of hope, was beautifully captured in the book and film, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Our final stop is not tied to a particular place or time. It's a story that repeats itself every day, in every corner of the world. The story of a single parent, working multiple jobs to provide for their children. The story of a student, pulling all-nighters to be the first in their family to graduate college. The story of a person battling illness, holding on to hope with every heartbeat. These everyday heroes show us that hope is not just for the extraordinary moments, but also for the mundane, the challenging, and the seemingly impossible. These stories, from the pages of history to the corners of our everyday lives, remind us of the incredible power of hope. They show us that hope is not just a feeling, but a force, a guiding light that can help us navigate the darkest tunnels and emerge into the light. These stories show us that no matter how dire the circumstances, hope can provide the strength to persevere. But what does science have to say about hope? Well, it turns out quite a bit. Let's dive into the fascinating world of scientific research on hope and see what it reveals. First off, hope is not merely a whimsical wish or a fleeting feeling. It's a complex psychological construct that plays a crucial role in our mental health. A wealth of studies suggest that hope can act as a buffer against depression, anxiety, and stress. It's like an inner anchor that keeps us steady in tempestuous times. Moreover, hope has been linked to greater psychological resilience. This means that hopeful people are better equipped to bounce back from adversity. They're not immune to life's hardships, but they're able to navigate through them with a sense of purpose and optimism. But the benefits of hope don't stop at the mind. It also has a profound impact on our physical health. Research has shown that hopeful individuals tend to have healthier lifestyles. They're more likely to engage in regular physical activity, eat healthily, and abstain from harmful habits. This is likely because hope instills in us a belief in a better future, motivating us to take care of ourselves in the present. In fact, hope can even influence our recovery from illness. Studies have found that patients with a hopeful attitude often have improved outcomes in various health conditions, from heart disease to cancer. This doesn't mean that hope can replace medical treatment, but it can certainly complement it, enhancing our body's ability to heal. Even at the cellular level, hope seems to do wonders. Emerging research suggests that positive emotions, including hope, can reduce inflammation and boost our immunity. This means that feeling hopeful could potentially help us ward off diseases and live longer, healthier lives. So it's clear that hope is not just an abstract concept, but a powerful tool that can enhance our mental and physical health. It's not just about feeling good, it's about doing good for our whole being. So it seems that hope isn't just a nice feeling, it's a vital part of our well-being. Now that we understand the power of hope, how can we cultivate it in our own lives? Life is like a garden. Each experience a seed, and the emotions we nurture, the flowers that bloom. Hope, my friends, is a skill we can cultivate, not just a fleeting emotion that comes and goes like the wind. Let's take a few steps into the garden of hope. First, it's important to plant seeds of positivity in your mind. This starts with the language you use. Pay attention to your self-talk. Is it filled with words of encouragement or defeat? Remember, your mind believes what you tell it, so tell it hopeful things. Next, water those seeds of positivity with action. Set realistic goals and work towards them. When you achieve these goals, it boosts your self-confidence, and a confident mind is a hopeful one. Remember the stories we shared earlier? Those individuals didn't just sit around wishing for things to get better. They took action. They made plans, they set goals, they were proactive, they were hope cultivators. Thirdly, let's talk about the sunlight of resilience. Life isn't always sunny, there are storms and there are seasons. But just as a tree's roots grow deeper in search of water during a drought, so must we dig deep within ourselves during hard times. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and it's a crucial factor in cultivating hope. Finally, just as a garden needs a gardener, hope needs a community. Surround yourself with positive, hopeful people. Their energy is infectious, and they can help you keep your hope alive when things get tough. The science of hope tells us that it's more than just a warm feeling in our hearts. It's a dynamic cognitive process, a driving force that propels us forward. It's a powerful tool we can use to overcome challenges and thrive. By consciously cultivating hope, we can harness its power to help us overcome challenges and thrive. Take these practical tips and start your journey in the garden of hope. Remember, hope is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. But the rewards are well worth it. As we look to the future, what role will hope play? The answer to that question is profound. Hope is not merely a passive wish or a whimsical dream. It's an active force, a potent catalyst that propels us forward, pushing us to strive, to innovate, and to create a better tomorrow. On an individual level, hope is the very lifeblood of our existence. It is hope that wakes us up each morning, eager to seize the day. It is hope that fuels our dreams and drives our ambitions. It is hope that pulls us through the darkest times, the toughest challenges, and the most painful heartbreaks. Without hope, we are like a ship without a compass, lost in the vast ocean of life. But with hope, we become explorers, adventurers, pioneers charting our own course, bravely venturing into the unknown, always believing that brighter days lie ahead. Society, too, thrives on hope. It's the driving force behind scientific discoveries, technological advances, social reforms, and artistic expressions. Hope is the spark that lights the fire of progress. It's what inspires us to reach for the stars, to dream of a world without poverty, disease, or inequality, and to work tirelessly to make that dream a reality. But hope isn't just about the big picture. It's also about the everyday moments, the small acts of kindness, the gestures of compassion and understanding, the words of encouragement. These are the seeds of hope that we can all sow in our daily lives, contributing to a future where dignity, respect, and love are the norm rather than the exception. So, as we look to the future, let us remember the power of hope. Let us nurture it, cherish it, and let it guide us. Let us be the bringers of hope, not just for ourselves, but for our communities, our societies, our world. Because after all, hope is more than just an emotion. It's a decision, a commitment, a way of life. With hope in our hearts, we can face the future with confidence and optimism. Remember, never lose hope.